games. Like Steam Park, which we covered in the last episode, Triassic Terror was also an SN 2013 release that made it over to North America early in 2014. Peter Hawes remains best known for his hit Francis Drake, which actually came out about the same time as Triassic Terror, which is probably a contributing factor as to why Triassic Terror is quite a bit lesser known today. Francis Drake completely overshadowed it. Hawes has had only one game published since Francis Drake and Triassic Terror, Royals, which enjoyed both more critical and commercial success than Triassic Terror did. Triassic Terror debuted at 39 on the top up-and-comers geek list between Rebel Raiders of the High Seas, a GMT war game, and Ace Detective, the vintage art style of which is probably more memorable than its gameplay. Triassic Terror has never appeared on any most purchased or most played list. It has never been widely known, but it's become quite obscure since its release, averaging only between 10 to 20 log plays a month now. Currently, it's ranked just barely inside the top 2,000 on BGG, where many worthwhile but lesser-known games are found, and it keeps interesting company in the overall rankings compared to other 2013 SN releases, where it sits at number 56. This is behind BioShock Infinite, a game that was initially very hyped because of its video game IP, but has since faded almost completely away, and a perpetually on-sale game called Origin, which actually has more total log plays than either BioShock or Triassic Terror. Triassic Terror is on a fair percentage more wanton trade and wish lists compared to previously owned and for trade lists, which indicates its relative estimation among the general board gaming public is generally positive. As for me, I love the game. I think it's better than either Francis Drake or Royals, but part of that is due to my dinosaur-themed bias. But Triassic Terror is a fascinating game. The action selection mechanism reminds me a lot of the special ability tile drafting mechanism of Steam. The order the tiles are in determines player order, and while the tiles in Steam merely grant a special ability for the player's turn, at Triassic Terror they dictate which action a player can perform. Triassic Terror is a game in which the order actions are performed is actually more important than the actions themselves, which is a great way to infuse a game with both strategic and tactical decision-making opportunities. It plays at a comfortable pace even with 6, and it's become one of my go-to suggestions for player counts at that number, looking for a medium-weight hero game that won't take all day. Well, that will do it for episode 36. Thanks for listening. Feel free to join the Out of the Dust Podcast Guild at BoardGameGeek.com. Follow the podcast on Twitter at OutofTheDustBGG. Leave a comment at the Guild, PM me on BGG under user handle Radagast14, or email me at radagast14@CenturyLink.net. And join the Out of the Dust conversation yourself at our monthly geek list at BGG. Due to conventions and a busy time of year for teaching, the Out of the Dust podcast will remain on an every other week format for another episode or two. But don't worry, we'll get back to a weekly release before too much longer. Alright, play me out, Ananda!